Oh my God, maybe you never thought you'd see the day, but we are back at it here, episode 48. Welcome back to it. If you pay a little bit of attention, you'll notice that I've missed the past couple Fridays, which is pretty unheard of in the history of this show, at least for a long time. Usually, if I would miss a Friday, I would be able to get it done on Saturday. And I did upload the Bullpen League this past Monday, but at the time of this episode going up, that would have been a week ago. So this episode is gonna serve as a hard, little reset. We're gonna get our shit together here. You'll also notice this episode was uploaded with episode 49 as well. So that's a, dual episode. They're scheduled to come out at the exact same time on Monday, what would be April 22nd. So both those episodes will be out at the same exact time. That'll be interesting. I've never scheduled two episodes to release at the same time, so that'll be different. But it's I'm planning to sit down and record 3 episodes today, and get out ahead of stuff a little bit, and that's gonna help me get my shit together, I think, because I know I mentioned maybe a week or so ago that, I'm moving in about 2.5 months now, 2 and some change, and it seems like stuff is just going to keep getting more and more hectic from now until then, like I don't want to like say no to doing stuff, because it's like the opportunities aren't gonna be there forever, especially with these, just 2 and some change months left. And normally I'm not a big social butterfly all the time, but these past few weeks I've been out of the house. I've been doing stuff, and I've been having a great fucking time, and it's been awesome. But I've been thinking about this show. I've been thinking about writing and all of those things that, are always in the back of my head, that it's like, oh man, if I wish I could have, double the time in each day, because then I could have a day dedicated to getting all that shit done, and then a day dedicated to having fun and enjoying myself. But, only 24 hours in the day, unfortunately. I know I've done a couple episodes in the past where I've titled it The Reset or something along the lines of that. And every once in a while, I guess it's been a justified episode, because I guess every once in a while, the schedule falls apart, or I get busy, or whatever the hell happens, where I want to get the episodes out Friday, and I want to, get stuff done. And I've still been watching baseball when I can. I got MLB.TV this year, and even though I can't watch fucking Cardinal games on there yet, I've been watching baseball when I'm able to. I was watching the Padres versus the Blue Jays today, and the Blue Jays bullpen threw that one away. And Robert Suarez got the save, so it's fun just watching a random game. I mean, that's a good time. And after I move, I'll actually be able to watch the Cardinal games on there without the blackout restrictions fucking me up. So that's going to be exciting. But I've still been, doing my damn best with my 4 fantasy teams. I know none of them are in first right now, and that's the goal. If I can get all 4 of them in first for one day, that would be fucking sick. But I'm not doing too great in a couple of them, but whatever. Also, I mentioned the Cardinals not a little bit earlier. This past weekend, I had at least 3 buddies who, one of them was there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they got to see a different flavor of a Cardinals loss. I think Friday they lost 2-1 in extra innings. Saturday they lost 12-5, And then today, I think I saw they lost 2-0. So that's tough. Thanks, fucking Brewers. You'd think that we could win one by accident, but I guess not. So hopefully the Cardinals can figure that shit out. That's a little annoying. The episode that's going to be released in tandem with this one is going to be kind of on a theme of beating the slump, I guess you could say, or not even admitting that you're in a slump. Like, how do you overcome a slump, you know? Because I feel like there's a lot of young hitters this year who haven't really clicked yet at the plate, and there's a lot of dudes who I feel like have a very good chance to figure it out by the end of the year, and that they're pretty good. But I think inevitably we'll get to the end of the year and some of them will be like, oh man, maybe next year, you know, and that does happen because it's hard to hit in baseball. It's really fucking hard. Jackson Holiday, I think I saw, he's like 1 for 30 right now. But yet nobody is worried because he's the player that he is. Nobody's worried. So, yeah, again, episode 49 is going to kind of talk about that. You know, Jackson Holiday and some other young hitters who I think will figure it out pretty soon, but they haven't actually figured it out yet. And it's, you know, how do you beat a slump? So that'll be cool. That'll be a fun one to talk about. And again, lots of time left in this year. We're still in April. We're still in the April phase. And teams are still figuring out what they are. Same with, you know, my fantasy baseball teams. They've got a chance to figure it out. So do the Cardinals. Maybe even the White Sox. The 3-18 White Sox can figure it out if we're lucky. But a few people would be optimistic, I guess. And you know, I noticed David Bednar and Josh Hader, two very solid relievers for the past few seasons. They've started off slow. Bednar's ERA is like 13-something. Hader's blown a few. Another fun for Cardinals fans, Marcell Ozuna is off to a really fucking hot start. He was great last year too. And Tyler O'Neill, I think he might still be tied for the league lead in home runs. If not, he's in like second place or something. He's on the DL for a little bit now because he got a concussion, but he started off really damn well. Who would have saw that coming? Also, this is a little off topic, but me and Amanda went and saw Monkey Man the other day, and it was pretty damn good. It was directed by Dev Patel. He's a actor, pretty good actor. He also stars in it too. So he directed it. I think co-wrote it and at least co-wrote the story. But he co-wrote it, directed it, and had something to do with the writing at least. So. I mean, pretty good movie. It was like, you know, had a John Wick feeling to it, but the story was really strong, and the way that it was shot was pretty fucking sick. It really kept me engaged, and I was very entertained. It was a very, very fucking good movie. So I feel like that's worth throwing in. But I mean, like I said, man, I've still been paying attention to baseball. I got to see my first Cardinal game a few weeks ago. I got to go with some family. That was a great time. The Cardinals beat the Marlins that day, so that was good. Marlins are still fucking struggling pretty bad. So that was good. I'll be back in about a week or so to see the Cardinals again, and that'll be pretty sick. So they're playing the White Sox when I'm going, so hopefully they can squeeze out a win that day. That'd be preferable. Also, if you may have heard me talk about Reva or Big Fat Reva or the Big Fat Cat or something about a big fat cat that I'm usually saying something negative about. She's been, the weather's been nicer, so she's been outside more recently, in case anyone gives a fuck. She's sleeping behind me right now, being a fatty, but, you know, she's prowling around the outside, so watch her ankles for a big fat gray cat. She's snoozing right now, though, so I guess you're good. And I guess I'm just looking at my notes here. I guess I'm trying to wrap this up. Again, this episode will probably be around 10 minutes, man. I mean, I'm I'm getting back into the swing of my shit here. I'm apologize for the inconsistency, and that's kind of why I'm uploading episodes in tandem here. The second one will have some more baseball centered stuff in there if that's what you're after. I've always got, the long haul vision for this show, and I've got to be honest and just tell you what's going on sometimes, especially when it affects the programming of it. So I mean, it makes sense to me. But yeah, again, episode 49, overcoming the slump, beating the slump, fuck the slump, whatever it's gonna be called. I'm not sure yet. Look out for that one as well. Big Fat Reba has nothing to add. And then yeah, I've been good, man. I mean, I've just embraced the busyness, and you do what you can, and at the end there's always a lot to be fucking thankful for, man. So I've done my best to remember that, and I've been trying to write as much as I can, and man, overall just everything has been great. Just getting back into the swing here. So I'm yeah. What else is there to say, man? Who the fuck knows? But yeah, man, if you're listening this long, I always appreciate it. Again, episode 49 is released at the same time. If you're already listening to this one, that means episode 49 should be out as well. Episode 50 coming up after that as well. That'll be this upcoming Friday. And I'm not sure what it'll be yet, but it'll be something. Yeah, episode 50. That's fucking sick. And then Bullpen League after that. And then we'll be into May. It's crazy though. We're already into fucking May, just in this year, which is bonkers to me that we're that far. So, all right, man. Episode 1 down. I'm gonna get ready to record the second one, and again, thank you very much.